Hi guys, it's Drew here. Today I'm going to make a video from the comfort of my bed because I'm still feeling a bit off, but I wanted to get my video for my February goals made, so it may be a little bit like shaky, but I'm going to go with that today because I'm comfortable where I'm sitting, and there's plenty of light coming in, which is quite nice because my lamp that I use for filming on my desk broke as well, so I need to purchase a lamp so I can make videos on my desk, which will be a lot better. So I'm gonna make this a fairly quick video for you guys, sharing my goals and what kind of savings I'm looking at putting away in February. So January was a bit of a messy month, and I've watched a couple of videos as well, and a lot of us have been experiencing that kind of transitory period between Christmas and January, adjusting from the spending and eating out. A lot of us have been sick as well with COVID or other illnesses as well, so it's really kind of in some ways comforting to see that like a lot of us go through that experience as well, where we do just have periods of time where we need to spend money that we don't necessarily want to, or doesn't always reflect the best of our savings goals, but we're adjusting and going with that. So my main goal in February is to really develop a better relationship around food, for my health, also spending, but giving myself the grace of enjoying the experience of having food. I think a lot of where my issues have been coming from lately have been I really want to give my partner the best time that I can while he's here, but also when I was doing a lot of my budgeting too, I wasn't actually giving myself anything. I wasn't giving myself the grace of having a day where I want coffee or a day where I want to go out socializing. And that's part of my personality, is that I really love to gift people and spend my money on people and celebrate them, and sometimes I forget to give back to myself or take care of myself. And my partner is very much the kind of person who wants me to take care of myself and make time for myself and give money to myself. So we had a discussion about that too, because it's something that I'm sort of working on as well. There may be a little bit of residue from last time when I felt like I wasn't prepared enough for his visit, so now I'm kind of overdoing it, and I know that we'll be fine. Like we have always been fine with any visit. I just want to make sure that like we're both good, because I have not seen him in 2 years, or it'll be 2.5 years, and like I want to make the best of that. But I also have 2 months between that period of time where I need to live and enjoy the experiences that I want to have by myself as well. And a lot of that is wrapped up in kind of just treating myself, because most of my like hobbies and social enjoyments are like watching movies or reading or having like writing sessions with my friends, or things that like I like to have like accompanied with food. So I've been working on that too, because that's something that's really important. Not overspending, of course, like I did in January, but looking at like what's the best ratio for that, because I don't want to develop a system of shame around that. I have done it in the past. I've done some work on that as well lately, in terms of realizing that like some of that is a very weird cycle that I'm kind of trying to break as well. I love my coffee, and I like buying coffee as well, and so I decided that my main focus in February was going to be rejigging my budget to make sure that I was addressing, like, of course, paying my bills, paying my services, paying people money that I would like to pay them back. For example, making sure I'm paying off the washing machine and whatnot, but also giving myself a little bit of extra leeway for the next 2 months to still enjoy living and treating myself as well. Because like I said, I know my partner would be very disappointed if like I was not giving myself anything, because that's not who we are or who he is. So my goal is to increase my takeaway budget to 50 per fortnight. I initially started last year at 35, and then I reduced it to 20, and then I reduced it to like 15. That's not enough to even cover like delivery fees. So I had to like make sure that I'm putting the extra income for delivery fees as well, which are quite steep at the moment. Sometimes they're like $5 or $6, sometimes they're 10, which is a bit extreme, but like if I'm making a bigger order, it kind of makes sense. But I would like to increase it to 50 per fortnight, so that's 25 per week. And then out of that, put 10 of that towards groceries. It goes towards groceries, but mainly it's towards date night, because once or twice a month I have date night with my partner, and I kind of like to cook my own food, but I like to make something that's a little bit different. So like it might be like nachos or kebabs, or something that's like a little bit more expensive that I can buy like ingredients for, but there'll be leftovers for. So adding an extra 10 to my budget helps with that. Also, having $150 for food for 2 weeks is really good, and I have tried that before and it is working. So that is really my main goal, is to figure out what my happy medium is with that, to make sure that I feel like I'm still like enjoying life experiences, paying people that I need to pay, paying my bills, and saving up for this trip. So that's reflected in my monthly goals. So takeout, well, I'm going to try and do it on a Friday or a Saturday night, because Friday and Saturday night morning is usually when I have date night, but also Fridays is usually my like big reading night, where I will kind of just lay in bed and like read as much as I possibly can during the night. So the second goal that I have set is to reach $150 saved up for my bills, which are due in March. So I only need an extra 70 to reach that, so that I will have 150 saved up for the March payment. And also, like, if I earn any extra money, I'll put a little bit more towards that as well. The third one is the side extra earned money. I'm aiming, like always, for 150. I don't know whether I'll make that this month. I never know. But that will go towards emergency fund, a little bit more towards the last dinner, and dental, because I need to get my teeth fixed. And then the fourth goal is to put takeaway money, $10 towards my groceries, to increase my groceries by 150 per fortnight, to test out whether the adjustment to that budget actually works, and depending on what I'm like eating. I'm not really sure about my fifth goal. I think 4 is enough. After that, I may make maybe the fifth goal to put some money aside for extra COVID tests if I need them, or something related to health. I haven't really decided. I think that's just going to be a adjustable goal, and I think it's great to have space to have adjustable goals as well in your plans, because things change and it's all a process. Looking ahead, I know that I have to put $18 aside for Palogo, which is my like university research textbook service. I pay $18 a month, and I get access to a heck ton of university textbooks. Like for $18 a month, I can read as many as I want. Considering that most textbooks are like upwards of 150, this has been the best service for me. Right now, I cannot contribute any money towards the higher like services like academia, so this is going to be my best bet in terms of like having access to textbooks for like study and also for my work as well. So that comes back. I had that on pause over the holidays because I didn't need it, but that comes back, and it's already going to be reflected in my services ahead, which gets paid at the start of February. So I feel like this is a very achievable goal. My monthly savings goal is 225. It's a little less than normal, but that's kind of reflecting a lot of the changes that I want to make as well. So let's look at briefly. This is adorable. I really love the dividers in this planner. So nothing is necessarily different in terms of my setup for my calendar month, except that I will be putting some money towards the washing machine this month as well. And then, as per usual, I have my services highlighted because that gets paid out of money that I have in my bank account prior to the month. And then the usual rent, groceries, putting towards electricity. In my last video, I mentioned that once a month I want to just focus on one bill rather than trying to put little bits aside for each of them, because it's much more attainable for my brain to be like, okay, we've built up $80 for electricity. Now let's focus on gas. I should always be ahead with this anyway, so there's not so much stress about that. I'll be looking at how I'm going to adjust my bills in like late May and June, because I know that they're going to go up to like 150 each roundabout because of winter time, so I need to put a little bit more ahead. But it's always I will always have money for bills way before the time that they come. Even if I have to add extra from other things, I will always be ahead with that. Likewise, I'm ahead with rent and will be ahead into April, so that's also part of a long-term plan to make sure I'm ahead for 2023. Something different I've also done is to add like these little dots for which areas are sinking and savings, so that I can demarcate like what my intentional savings are, and then the rest is things that like will get paid off. For example, or like I need to buy something, so like I need to pay my sister for Dropbox that we share, because she sends me things through Dropbox. I need to buy myself a new lamp because mine broke. What else? I'm going to be buying my mattress this month for when my partner visits. I'm putting money towards the rice cooker, to buy a new rice cooker, which also may be washing machine, and social, what else? Audible, paying for my Audible subscription. So there's things that like will just come out immediately, basically, which are still variable income, but these are the things that I need to put aside that are going into envelopes but are obviously going to be spent in April, but they still need to be going into savings. So things like the dinner, the airport fees, what else? The Christmas, the engagement dinner, the city tickets, so like the Mikey tickets, or tickets to go on transport for myself and also my partner, and also a last dinner, so I still need to add a bit extra to that. The last dinner is the dinner that we have before he goes on the plane, which may also come out of the airport expenses sinking fund, because I don't know how much like it's going to cost, or whether we'll even like purchase anything, because his plane gets in at like midnight, and I'm not sure like whether we'll just eat the snacks that I bring, or whether we'll actually have a full meal, or that might just be like the first meal that we have. So I'm not really sure, and like my partner has expressed not to worry too much about any of this kind of stuff, because he's also contributing to every section as well, so it'll be half-half. I'm not sure, but I imagine that's how it's going to be. So it's taken a lot of pressure off too, because yeah, he said to me that it's not all up to me to like fund everything. Like that's not the whole, it's a joint experience, so that really helped me to lighten the load as well with that as well. So I'm still putting money away, which is good, but it's lessening so that I can also like pay off the washing machine and make sure that I have extra food and pay off the services and things that I need to pay off as well. And they're really big savings and spending goals for me normally. Um, but February is going to be kind of like experimenting month to really figure out what's the best thing for me to do, especially while I am still casually working. I imagine it will change a lot when I get a part-time job, but this is how it is at the moment, and I'm just really trying to adapt and do my best. And like with mental health stuff too, I do realize, and we've talked about this before in the community a lot, where it's like there's a fine line between saving and kind of the fatigue of saving, and I kind of feel like I do need something nice every so often, even if it's like once a week, even if it's like a coffee once a week, because it's just nice and it helps my brain not feel like I don't give myself anything, if that makes sense, which I have a bad habit of doing as well sometimes. So yeah. And also like checking my overindulgence, because I can go the opposite direction as well, where I spend way too much. But that's also why having a budget and purpose for my money has helped with that, because my spending used to be really quite excessive, especially when I was working full time or working two jobs. I would buy quite a lot of stuff that I don't even own anymore because I've given it away or sold it because it didn't really serve a purpose other than shopping. So I'm trying to be more purposeful, and really the things that I like to buy for myself is mostly food. So I'm owning that part about myself, because like I don't necessarily feel the need to buy clothes or like other things unless I really need them. I don't really need to buy books because I already like fund that with my services mostly, and those services double as work services as well, so like it kind of pays for itself. But food is my thing, so, and I love food, so why not make sure that it's my budget. I was like intending to do like a no spend, but like anything else in my life, I don't really respond well to restrictions. I respond well to like I guess praise. That's probably a weird thing to say, but like I respond better to how can I do this in a healthier, better way that is manageable, rather than no, don't do this, or like let's stop doing this kind of thing, because unless it's like detrimental to my like income, where I'm like literally spending my rent and everything else on takeaway and food, I don't think that's a healthy thing. Like if maybe like a couple of years ago, when that was kind of like, not necessarily I wouldn't spend on my rent stuff, but like I would definitely if I got stressed out, budge some of this stuff as well, to be able to basically stop being anxious and eat my way through my emotions. But I don't think it's necessarily like an issue like that nowadays. So I don't think having a no spend month or tracking my no spends is a great thing for me. I know it's helpful for other people, but I don't think it works psychologically, because I end up shaming myself if I have a day where I spend an extra $5 on a coffee. Like, it's not helpful for my mental health. I need a better system, so I'm working on a better system, and I think that helps. Because yeah, I know a lot of people that I have spoken to and watch videos off to respond really better to more specific goals that still target what they wanted to work on, but in a gradual, self-compassionate way, and where they can really look at what's going on. So for example, like with my takeaway goal and grocery goal, I've written down like journal about my experience, like, and document it. Maybe that might be like once a week or once a month, and so I could be like, yes, like I'm really proud today that I, kept to my goal, but I also really enjoyed this experience that I had, because also a lot of the times when I'm drinking or eating things, it's alongside other people that I really love and care about, so that's also like an experience as well. So for like example, date night, making really nice, nourishing, healthy food that like feels like takeaway food as well, and it comes out of my takeaway budget while I watch movies alongside my partner, or things like having coffee when I'm watching movies with my housemates. Like that's really important for overall health, and also like it just feels nice to be able to join in that. And I would also like to like use some of this as well and not feel weird, because sometimes when I get stressed out I feel like I want to buy people things and celebrate, but then I get that sort of I guess a scarcity fear mindset sinks in sometimes, and I'm like, oh, what if like, you know, I can only buy for myself, and how will other people feel if I can't buy nice things for them? So I want to also work on like making some of that work for enjoying other people and celebrating them and treating them too, because I love treating people, because it makes me happy, and it's just very much who I am as a person. So yeah, so that is the goals for February. Very achievable, very good to save up. I'm really looking forward to getting my mattress, because that's one of the big things that's been like going around in my head. When should I get it? How should I get it? I've looked into it. This is the best one at the price that I've saved up for. What I'm also going to do with that is I had planned to put money towards the book envelope. So I put the money from my mattress fund, like this thing, my mattress envelope, into the book thing already, because it was the same amount, and then I'm just going to take it out and pay for it from my bank account, rather than taking the $150 to the bank and depositing it even though it was already there. So that's going to be in my bank account at the end of the month to buy my mattress, and then I will just be taking down my bed and making a double bed from 2 single mattresses for the time being, because my partner is only staying for 3 weeks, and I really only need it for that because I usually only sleep on a single mattress. If I have a double bed, it usually ends up becoming a bookshelf for all my planners and notebooks and everything like that. So I reduced my bed when I moved to a single mattress, because there was no point in having a double bed, because it was just being used as a table, basically, table and bookshelf. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching and supporting. Hello to my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining and supporting my channel. I really appreciate you taking the time to come over here and see what I'm doing and how I'm changing habits and making progress in my life. My next video will be, I think, just a weekly catch up, because that is due on Monday the 7th, and then I get paid on Wednesday the 9th, so I will do my cash stuffing envelope then. Yeah, and then we'll do a check-in and see how we go. If I've made any extra money by then, that would be great. If not, that's also completely fine. I'm quite happy with what I'm doing at the moment and how everything's going. So I will chat with you guys on Monday.